You can just routinely come up, take a piece of bread and dip it in the blood and just throw it in your mouth and chew on it because you know you're supposed to, rather than really fellowshipping, koinonia, communing with him. And then when you listen to the Word of God, it's very easy to just kind of passively sit there rather than communing with God and fellowshipping with him the whole time, saying, God, I cannot wait to hear your words. Speak to me, God. Say something to me. Stay in constant interaction with God. This is a house of prayer where you're constantly communing with him. I was thinking about how I've done so many weddings and how I'll be standing here with the groom. Gosh, I remember being the groom. And, the moment those doors swung open, I remember literally like this gasp as I saw Lisa. Like, oh my gosh, just stunning, just like radiant. And as she's walking up, as I've seen so many brides do, they just lock eyes on the groom. And she just looked at me the whole way up, and then, the father gives her away, but the whole time she's just looking at me, and then we stand and we're staring at each other while the sermon's going on, but we're locking eyes on each other. We hear the voice, but we're focused on each other. She's just staring at me. That's what this is supposed to look like. Where the groom has been standing here. Jesus has been standing here. And you walk in those doors and you're just locking eyes on him. You're singing to him. You're communing with him. There are words spoken and you're listening, but it's all about this. Don't lose sight of him. I was thinking about that, thinking, God, the way I looked at Lisa that day, give me the faith to believe that I'm the one walking through that door and you see me as beautiful, radiant. For some of us, that is such a battle. It's like, oh God, you look at me as your bride. You look at us collectively as your bride as we come here. And I know some of you come here just excited to minister to him. Like Justin said earlier, he's the one that created the tent of meeting. He's the one that says, I want to meet with you. He's the one that's pursued you. He's the one that says, will you marry me? Will you enter? Because I see you as beautiful. I made you. I cleansed you. I beautified you. Stare at him. Don't be the bride, because I've seen this too, where they're walking down the aisle, not even looking at the groom. They're just looking at everyone else and going, don't I look beautiful? Don't you think I'm beautiful? Don't you think It's just this whole thing. Don't be that bride that walks up to the altar and just stares at the pastor. I'm like, don't look at me, look at each other. It's just that whole, this is not what this is about. You stare at him. You stare at him, amazed that he's called you into this union.